Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I hope you're enjoying your holiday season, Christmas, everything that you celebrate at this time of the year, especially just being at home with your loved ones and not having to work. Today, I'm going to review something I've had for quite a while now. It is D600 from Carner, Barcelona. Now, this was the very first Carne Barcelona that I tried, and in a way, I was very lucky because as soon as this was sprayed onto my skin, I realized that was one of those perfumes where, you kind of smell on your skin and you realize that it's just a perfect match. And it doesn't necessarily happen with every perfume, obviously, but for some reason, this perfume really, really works on my skin really well. My skin just brings something really good out of it. I'm going to spray it on just to describe what smell I get. Now, there is citrus listed here for top notes, but to be honest, all I get in the top note, in the top when this gets sprayed onto my skin, and it probably comes through more on a card or maybe even clothing, is what I get is black pepper, and this is a vanilla based scent from start to finish. Okay, so I get black pepper, which is probably brightened a bit by citrus, but the citrus doesn't stand out on its own, and the vanilla straight away. Now, after a few minutes, it develops, and it gives you a really, what I like about this fragrance is that the heart notes really do come out, but it's completely dominated by this lovely, cool, creamy cardamom note, which is blended really well with the vanilla, and the spice, like the black pepper kind of hangs around, and then there is just a hint of iris. Now, while I'm speaking about the iris, I have been asked quite a bit whether this fragrance here is in any way similar to Dior Homme, and I think it's because people see there is iris in there, and the iris here is like a very kind of dry, woody iris, as opposed to that lush lipsticky iris that you can get in Christian Dior Homme EDT, which is one that I have. So it's not similar at all. Okay, so for me, this is a dominant vanilla. Well, really, cardamom is the dominant note, and there is a vanilla that runs through the whole development of this fragrance. When you finally get to the base, what I never really noticed before, just in general wearing, until I sort of kind of sniffed closer to sort of for this review, to take notes for this review, is that there is a really nice, I pick up a really nice vetiver in here. It's almost like, it's earthy but not dirty. It's actually more on the salty side of things. It's kind of the type of vetiver I remember smelling in Guerlain's vetiver. But what this salty vetiver does is balance out any of the sweetness that you may get from vanilla and iris in the heart notes. So this really is finely blended and a balanced scent. It's all really done well. The perfumer here is Christophe Renaud, and he is probably best known for composing Paco Rabanne's 1 Million, which, funnily enough, I've never smelled. Carne Barcelona D600, the performance is very, very good. It's not a huge projector, but it stays on skin. I get like up to 10 hours where I can smell it quite clearly. It's a really good longevity, completely unisex. I don't think this leans feminine in any way, but if you're a guy, it has vanilla, it has iris, it has cardamom. There are some sort of masculine leaning notes there, but I think this is a completely unisex perfume. It's an eau de parfum concentration. Now, one thing I want to say about the House of Carner Barcelona, they are relatively expensive, okay? They have different pricing levels depending. I think their black colored boxes are more expensive than these ones. But the thing I've found with this house, and I have sampled most of the Carner Barcelona line, is that you might find a couple that you really like. I think there's a couple of really nice ones, and obviously this is one of them for me, which I think are worth the price that they go for. But then the rest of the line I have found to be quite mediocre, and it's like they have valued their whole line based on one or two really good, in my opinion, scents. And I was speaking to someone about this very thing, and they mentioned a house like Byredo kind of does the same thing. You might find a couple of really good ones, but the rest of the house is kind of mediocre, and basically everything is priced based on their best sense. They're probably not alone, but what I'm trying to say is there are houses that have probably got more gems in their lineup which justify their value maybe than this house in particular. This and maybe one other Carner Barcelona I would have a full bottle of, but they're not cheap. They're not cheap. But D600 I enjoy, I love. I've got a big 100ml bottle which is going to last me years and years and will probably outlive me. And I think that, there are other notes listed here that I don't pick up, like the cedar and again some of the bergamot note in the top. There is supposedly a jasmine note in the heart, but really I think the jasmine here really just works to blend the iris and the cardamom together. I know that doesn't make any sense. I think the jasmine adds a bit of lushness to those two notes. But D600 is my review today from Carner Barcelona. I hope that helps you get an idea of what it smells like. I hope everyone had a good couple of days, and I will see you soon with a new video.